Hey guys, this is Hannah again, one of the OTs from Best Start Clinic, and today I'm going to go through a video series which looks at some tips and some strategies in helping children to be able to go to sleep. So doesn't it drive you crazy when you ask your kids to go to bed but they just refuse to go to sleep, or even if they don't refuse, they just plain right find it hard to go to sleep? Wouldn't it be awesome if they said, yes, mum, yes, dad, and hop themselves into bed? But that would be awesome. But here are some tips that you can try in the meantime. First of all, we need to determine why a child isn't going to bed, as this will help us to determine an appropriate strategy. So some questions you may ask yourself includes, are they refusing to go to bed because they are overexcited? Are they full of beans? Are they participating in motivating and stimulating activities before bedtime? Are they hungry? Is it too hot in the room? Are they scared? Do they have nightmares? Are they scared by monsters under the bed? Are they refusing to go to sleep by themselves because they want you there with them? Are they happy to get into bed but maybe become upset when you leave the room? There are many different reasons why kids might refuse to go to bed. It's not exciting to go to bed. They're scared, they want company. And as a result, there's so many different strategies depending on what it is that's making it difficult for them to go to sleep. So we may take an environmental approach, we may take a behavioural approach or a sensory approach, depending on what it is that's making it difficult for them. However, I wanted to go through some tips to make it easier for you in getting children to go to bed. So in this first video, I'm going to go through routines and setting up a child's environment to make it more conducive for them to go to sleep. And in the second video, I'm going to look at some behavioural strategies to help children to go to bed and go to sleep. So first of all, it's important to set up a regular calming, positive bedtime routine before bed. So this includes setting up a consistent routine each night with calming and relaxing activities occurring approximately 30 minutes before a child goes to sleep. So it might look like something like dinner, then bath, then a quiet relaxing activity before bed, including reading books. And it's important that that last little part of the routine occurs within their bed as well. So these are activities that will help your child to relax and wind down, and it's important to find what is relaxing for your child because it's different for everyone. So bedtime stories might be relaxing for them, or it might be stimulating for them. Maybe they get excited about what's going to be on the next page. So it's important to find what works for you and your child. Maybe Lego relaxes them, or maybe drawing, maybe playing with puzzles. So have a play around and see what calms them the best, but anything that helps them to wind down is good. Another important thing is setting a regular sleep time. So this includes setting a regular bedtime, but also wake time as well, and keeping it as consistent as much as possible on both weekends and weekdays. So no more than an hour's difference is recommended in what time they go to bed and wake up. And this helps the child's body to be able to get into a regular rhythm. Another thing is to avoid overstimulating activities before bedtime, including TV and physical activity. So it's recommended to avoid all forms of technology, including phones, iPads, TV, DVDs, an hour before bedtime, as it makes it harder for the brain to wind down. Too much physical activity as well can overstimulate children, and it can also make their body too hot to be able to go to sleep as well. Exercise during the day and exposure to sunlight is another thing that helps assist with sleep at night. Healthy eating habits before bed as well, so avoiding large energy-rich meals before bed, and also caffeine. So this can include Coca-Cola or chocolate as well, and it's recommended caffeine is avoided at least 4 to 6 hours before bedtime. A small light snack might be beneficial for children, however, before they brush their teeth for the night, if they're prone to getting hungry during the night. Also, making sure your child's sleeping environment is conducive to sleep is also important. So an example might be a dimly lit room. Some children may need total darkness, or some that may get scared might need a little nightlight to help them as well. Making sure it's quiet, making sure it's a comfortable temperature in the room. So we know if our body is too hot or too cold, it's difficult for us to fall asleep, and often we think this is because of comfort, but science also shows us that our body needs to be at a certain temperature in order for our brain to signal us to fall asleep. So it's really important that they are at a comfortable temperature. So it might include letting air flow into the room, some fans, changing pyjamas to a more breathable type, for example cotton, adding or taking away layers of bedding, or purchasing different types of bedding maybe made from thermoregulating materials if they do find it they get overheated quite a lot as well. Naps as well. It's good to reduce daytime naps based on the child's age and development. So if a child is 5 years or older, it is best to avoid daytime naps. So limiting daytime naps to 15 to 20 minutes is good. Otherwise, sleeping during the day will make it harder for children to sleep at night. Aiming for your child to go to bed sleepy but awake is another important point, so that they can fall asleep relatively quickly by themselves within 20 minutes in the same place as where they sleep all night. And this helps them to develop what's called a positive sleep association with their bed, and will also help them when they wake up in the middle of the night to be able to self-settle themselves back to bed more easily. Transitional objects can be useful, so to help them transition from bed to sleep. So this might be something like a teddy or a blanket might help them. And it's also important they're independent in settling to sleep. So children who fall asleep initially without parental assistance are less likely to signal parents and carers when they wake at night, and will be more likely to self-soothe themselves back to sleep. So it's important how a child initially settles often determines if they'll be able to settle themselves when they wake up during the night as well. So I hope you find these strategies useful to make it easier in helping children to be able to go to sleep, and stay tuned for my next video where I'll look at some behavioural strategies to help with this when they refuse to go to bed. Thank you.